What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome back to Apex 2 Oval. I'm Alex. That's Jack. We have a podcast for y'all. We have some news stories from F1, NASCAR, and IndyCar from the past week. We have a main story. Apparently, a ticket rep leaked the playoff format. So we're going to discuss that, even though it's definitely not true. And then we have some games at the end to, put a little fun in this podcast.
How many games?
Technically 3. I have 2 for you. You have 1 for me. But one of my games is 3 parts.
I was just going for good old games, unlimited games.
Oh, unlimited games, but no games. Sorry.
There we go.
Unlimited games, but no games.
All right, we're back.
Let's start out with Formula 1. Checo. Man, Checo. Love him or hate him. He said some things recently in the media. I think it was a podcast. He pretty much aired out all the Red Bull drama that we've been waiting for during the Christian Horner and Helmut Marko era, saying things like he was faster in the sim at the start of 2022, saying things like they intentionally upgraded the car to make him slower because they wanted to make Max the number 1 driver, saying things like, I don't know what else he really said, but he said a lot of different things on this podcast about Red Bull, and they need to pay for his therapy. Thoughts on any of it? Because we kind of already knew what went on with the Checo, Red Bull second driver thing. We've been knowing this has been going on for a while, but he finally kind of came out and laid it all out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of this was new information in the sense that I feel like Perez himself has talked about this before, just maybe not all at once like this. But I think it's a good reminder of just how toxic it was under Christian Horner. This was kind of a known thing. This was something that I was trying to convince you of at first, because you really, truly did not believe me with how the second seed at Red Bull was. Like, you were very anti-Checo. And I feel like over time,
Over time, I have reverted my stance on Checo. It is not just Checo. The Red Bull seat is cursed.
A little bit. What I think is particularly interesting when it comes to this is obviously Yuki would have been going through the same stuff for at least half the season. When they changed team principals, the vibes changed a little bit, but it's still, didn't really come to great results a lot of the time, although there were a few races here and there. But it reminds me of the report where it was Helmut Marko that, signed Lindblad, signed Hadjar. Like, he was the one moving on a lot of that, where you wonder if the team keeps Yuki if not for that, and gives him a full year with a car, without these dynamics going. Because it doesn't seem like there's so much bad blood between Yuki and the new kind of leadership.
Yeah.
And you hope that that's a sign that things are better in the organization. And I certainly hope that they find a way to be as fast as they were before without the toxicity that goes along with it, because this is, yeah.
Again, we knew this was going on, but it finally got fully put out there by Checo. And I assume that the other drivers, Albon, Gasly, obviously Checo, maybe some Ricardo in there. This has been happening all along, but good on him for speaking out, and Red Bull pay for his therapy.
And you talk about Ricardo. I mean, there's certainly more reasons than meets the eye why he would have gone to try to build up a Renault team instead of sticking at Red Bull, right? Like, you can't deny that this has been the Max project for quite a while now.
Since he got brought up, pretty much.
Yeah. Which, he is ridiculously fast, and it's not a bad idea to, invest in the guy, right? But there is a line between, Max is our number 1 driver, and he is wicked talented, and it is Max, and we only field a second car because we are legally required to by the FIA.
Yeah, that was messed up, man. Good on Jacob for speaking out, though. Because, you know.
Yeah.
Good on him for speaking out, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, Zhou. Guanyu. Cadillac reserve driver. Officially. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. He was Ferrari's reserve driver last year. Now Cadillacs. So Cadillac now has Colton Herta and Zhou Guanyu as their reserve drivers. Pretty sick.
Yeah, and I guess this kind of officially puts Herta as a test driver for them and not a reserve.
Yes.
Like, you know, he's still in the reserve lineup, but if one of the Cadillac drivers goes down, and I mean, Herta wouldn't be able to race in F1 anyway. But if one of their drivers goes down, clearly Herta's not kind of their next man up as the quote unquote reserve, which I think some people might have been thinking from the reports earlier, right? Where when he did go to F2 and was associated with the team. But who knows if he takes over that role, you know, eventually, once he can, right?
Yeah. I'd assume he will once he gets the points, but... And especially if he performs in F2. If he doesn't perform in F2...
Oh, yeah.
Back to IndyCar, buddy.
Yeah. Which, one more note on Guanyu Zhou, or Zhou Guanyu, joining Cadillac is, there's a podcast type thing, I think it was like Hot Ones Versus or something, with Checo and Valtteri. You know, have you seen this? Okay. But there was a quote from Valtteri saying, like, which team was he happiest to leave? And it was Stake F1 team, right? It was Sauber that he was happy to get away from. And so now his Sauber teammate in Guanyu Zhou is, you know, joining him at Cadillac, which I think is really... I think is interesting. I don't get the sense that statement was because of his teammate. I think it was because of, you know, the situation of the team. And I mean, you know, Sauber was kind of down and out until the whole Audi thing. But that was just, it's very interesting to have those two things back to back.
And now the Wicked Witch is dead. Stake is gone. It's now
Yeah.
Speaking of the Wicked Witch is dead.
Oh, let's go.
Steve Phelps is gone, baby. I'm just kidding. That's a great transition though. Steve Phelps resigned.
No, yeah, you cooked.
From NASCAR. What was it? President of NASCAR?
He was the commissioner.
Something like that.
He was the commissioner of the sport technically. Because O'Donnell was like promoted to president and the commissioner role was created for Phelps.
Yeah. But he resigned over backlash from the NASCAR takes, like saying that Richard Childress should go out back and get flogged. That was one of them. That was one of them. He said Richard Childress should go out back and get flogged. Among many other messages that were released from him. Over the course of NASCAR, and good. I don't think anyone disrespecting, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Richard Childress, right? I'm not the biggest fan, but you should never go and tell somebody they should go out back and get flogged. Like, that's something you probably shouldn't say. Also, if you're going to say things, why are you saying it by text? Say it in person. Say it on the phone. Don't say it by text.
If the U.S. government illegally is using something that will auto-delete your messages to try to get around archiving rules, you'd think that if they are going to text stuff like that, if NASCAR leadership is going to text stuff like that, you might as well do that in a situation where it's legal. If people are, you know, very famously doing it illegally, right? Like, you'd think they'd look at that and get an idea of, like, oh, it's deleted after 2 weeks? Well, we already know that this lawsuit will be, like, you know, kind of coming. Like, there's already been talks from the teams being unhappy. Maybe we should up our security if I'm, you know, in charge of a multi-million-dollar organization. But that's a completely separate note.
Yeah. But he's gone now, so that's good.
But yeah, the most interesting part of it to me is that reporters seemed not excited about it. Like, obviously the fans were never going to get back on board with him. The the teams surely were stung by what he said because it was bad. But you have Jordan Bianchi saying that NASCAR is worse off without Phelps. You have a lot of the reporters in the space expressing similar sentiment of liking him still and being sad for the sport that he is gone. And I think that is really interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what they know that the public doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If they're thinking so highly of him that, like, what have they been said? What have they been told they can't share about him that makes them look so highly?
Well, it did. I remember when the first stuff came out, where initially it seemed like Phelps and O'Donnell were kind of villains in like some of the first texts, and it kind of turned out that they were trying to defend the teams from the Frances. Like, it was meant in a different way than it was interpreted. Obviously, then actual really bad stuff came out from them. But I do get the sense that there is a bit of pushback from the Steves against what the Frances wanted, which is, what the Frances want is kind of how we got into the NASCAR situation to begin with. I still don't think that buys you a pass for the things that were said, because nobody's going to forget that.
Yeah. Saying an owner who isn't, like, look, again, I don't like shows that much, but I'm never going to go out and say you should go out back and get flogged. Like come on now.
I do want to put it out there that is probably one of the key reasons this thing got settled, because remember that one of the things that pushed them to finally settle was the Bass Pro Shops guy, who obviously is like, buddies, putting out a statement as like a main sponsor, and someone who's definitely has ties to Richard Childress, like.
Yeah. I mean, it's gone. In other NASCAR news, Justin Alexander is going to Legacy Motorsport and will be Eric Jones's crew chief. He was formerly Austin Dillard's crew chief at RCR and has won 5 races. And also, Ben Bishore is going to be the director of race engineering for Legacy Motor Club.
Yeah, Ben Bishore was Eric Jones's crew chief up until this coming season. But yeah, any thoughts on it from you?
Cool. Let's see what he can do. Legacy had a strong end of the season compared to the start. So I want to see what they can do with other people at the helm. With people that won before. Although I don't know. To be fair, I don't know Ben Bishore's career trajectory. I don't know if he's won. If he's winning. I don't know, but.
He was Kyle Busch's crew chief for a couple years at JGR. A couple years, maybe just the 1 year. When it wasn't the like great years. It was it was like his crew chief was like Adam Stevens, I think, who their relationship kind of soured, and so Stevens moved to, I think, the Christopher Bell car. And it was a whole thing.
But not bad. I'm interested to see what he can do with the crew chief role.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical, only because I would be a lot more excited if we didn't just see Rodney Childers go to Spire and flop and leave mid-season. Now, a lot of that, you could probably attribute to other things at Spire that are not Rodney Childers. Mm-hmm. But the guy who was lapping the rest of the SHR teams when he was Kevin Harvick's crew chief, who was widely considered one of the best crew chiefs in the sport, and was like a coup by Spire when they were able to hire him after SHR died. Mm-hmm. For him to flop so spectacularly with Spire, like, at some point I wonder how much it really matters with some of these like mid-tier, lower-tier organizations of like, they bring in a quote-unquote bigger name crew chief, and Bayshore had pedigree too coming in. But is that really going to elevate the team, or are they just going to stay how they were?
Yeah. Who knows? I'm excited. but I mean, again, let's see what he can do. Speaking of Legacy Motorsport, is it Legacy Motor Club or Legacy Motor? It's Legacy Motorsport.
Legacy Motor Club.
Oh, it is. Okay, it is Legacy Motor Club.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jimmie Johnson will be racing in the Daytona 500, and he will use the Champions Provisional to race. So he is automatically entered into the race. He doesn't have to qualify. He can do the heat still to see where he ends up in the order, but he's automatically qualified. We saw something similar from Hilo Castro-Neves last year for the 500. So, pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I think they did change the rules a little, where now they have to, like, declare it ahead of time, right?
Yes.
Because previously it was, like, they would enter and, you know, you had that as a fallback. But now it's, you know, ahead of time, you know that he is the one that will be using it. That is how he is entering the race. You know, he is the 41st car, blah, 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 right?
Yeah. Other drivers racing in the Daytona 500 are at least going to qualify for 4 spots. Is Justin Allgaier with JRM, Corey Heim with 2311, Mears with Garage 66, BJ McLeod with Live Fast Racing, JJ Yelly with New York Racing or NY Racing, and then Beard and RCR have their own 2 TBAs. Don't know who they are yet. We'll find out soon, but those are the drivers also in for the 4 open spots.
Yeah, I mean, Beard, you could probably assume that'll be like an Alfredo, maybe a Jesse Love, but those two were the guys. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they've done, right? Like, that is who's been in that 62 Beard car, right? Was, like, this year, Alfredo did 3 races, Love did 2. The RCR car, you can assume it's going to be one of their Xfinity guys. Austin Hill did a handful of races. Jesse Love did a few as well. But, yeah, I think that you mentioned one name in particular. Corey Heim will be running the Daytona 500 for 2311. Any other news about Corey Heim?
He'll be racing part-time in the Cup with 2311. I'm excited about this. I think they should have sacked Riley Herbst for him this upcoming year. But it is what it is. At least we're getting a part-time schedule with him. The schedule is TBD, so will be announced later. But they were waiting till after the lawsuit to announce that Corey Heim will be racing part-time because they didn't know if they would have a team. So...
Yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, even if they tried to keep racing, who knows, with no charters, if they'd be able to field, you know, even 3 cars, much less a 4th for Corey Heim some weeks. Like, it's just the nature of all the uncertainty that was going on there. And that's also an idea of, you know, even if it felt like they had all the momentum, that's why they settled, right? This lets them just move on as quickly as possible while getting what they needed to get.
Now, I have a question. Should they have dropped Riley Herbst for Corey Heim?
Is that even a question? I mean,
they kept them.
I
think it's a bad decision. And that's no offense to Riley Herbst. He's a damn good driver, but he's just not Cup level right now. And he was outperformed Corey Heim in the races that Heim raced for 2311 last year in the Cup Series.
He was outperformed by damn near everyone in the Cup Series, despite being in playoff level equipment.
That is true. He was the only driver in 2311 to not make the playoffs. I think Reddick made it. Right?
Yeah,
and
and
one of the last ones. And Bubba won a race, and could have won 3. So
yeah, and Herbst was the second worst full-time driver.
Yeah.
The only driver he finished better than was Cody Ware.
And Cody Ware is an interesting driver.
Yeah, like.
And dog shit equipment.
Yeah, I mean, this is a
Cody
level
Ware
of.
Is in think of the worst equipment for a NASCAR team. Make that a lot worse. That's Cody Ware and his equipment. His equipment is below the worst. So, fun. Yeah, at least Corey Heim's racing in the Cup. You know, let's be grateful. He should have the 35, but it's whatever. Going on to IndyCar, Abel is moving to IMSA, joining the number 18 ERA LMP2 team, racing with Logan Sargent at the Rolex 24 Hours. I'm enjoying this. I like Logan Sargent. I'll be keeping an eye on that car during the Rolex 24 Hours, so it'll be nice to see Abel in the car as well.
Yep. And this is also confirmation. It was kind of reported a week or two ago that Abel's talks to return to Coin kind of fizzled out, like that they had identified another couple drivers that they would rather prioritize. Like Linus Lundqvist is one of them, and there are a couple others kind of in contention for the seat.
I think
but
Grosjean might be in contention too.
yeah, he's definitely another name that has been connected to it, and should still be in the running. But this obviously means that Abel is officially out. At least we think, right? Like it is possible to do both. We reported that Callum Ilott was doing both, I think.
Something like that, yeah. One of the
but this announcement really seems like a moving away from IndyCar.
Yeah. But happy to see he's racing at the Rolex 24 Hours. Also, Will Power and Josef Newgarden reunite. Old teammates at Phoenix for testing. Not bad. I don't know. It's cool. IndyCar testing. Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Power behind the wheel of his 26, that's fun. Fun seeing the two old teammates go at it, but yeah, it's just they're testing for Firestone. Cool.
Yep. And then finally, Scott McLaughlin will be racing in the Rolex Daytona 24 Hours.
Yeah, we had to mention all three Penske's from last year, of course. Got to get McLaughlin in there.
Got to get McLaughlin in. But good.
But yeah, it is cool how much both American driving talent and American series driving talent, when it comes to like IndyCar and NASCAR, that we do get to see in the Rolex 24. It definitely makes me happy to see so many recognizable names give that one a shot, because I think endurance racing gets far too little coverage in the U.S. for how good of a product it tends to be in IMSA.
Yeah, also I do want to point out two more things quickly that happened yesterday. The Menards series is racing at Lime Rock Park this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Alongside the NASCAR Truck Series. But instead of racing on July 11th, the same day as the Truck Series, like they did this past year, they're moving to Friday, July 10th, and that'll be the entire day. Practice, qualifying, and race will be on the 10th. On the 11th will be the Truck Series only. So, fun. I mean, it's like a normal race weekend, so whatever. But fun to know. And something that Jack sent me on Discord was that Kaulig is Cummins on ButterBean.
That is, in fact, word for word what I sent you.
In reality, they're not actually Cummins on ButterBean, but ButterBean is racing in the Truck Series at the Daytona.
We knew that.
For Cummins Ram. 150.
Yeah.
1,050. 1,500. Fuck. 1,500. So,
we knew that ButterBean would be driving for Kaulig, and we knew that Ram was funding a lot of the Kaulig truck team. Like that a lot of it was going to be kind of self-funded. Cummins obviously is kind of the Ram associated engine company. To put it I think as simply as I can. And so that's clearly a Ram associated deal, but that they will be sponsoring ButterBean for at least Daytona, right?
Yes, at least Daytona. All right, on to the main thing that we're going to be doing. As I said earlier, on a Reddit post, this girl, they, them, said...
It's feisty _ spinach 2133.
Yes, they said that my ticket rep leaked the playoff format. Won't give too much personal / rep detail, but I work with the same rep each year and buy my 100% attending race tickets from them at the start of each season. They're doing a chase format. It will be a minimum 8-race chase. They're considering going up to a 10-race chase. Screenshot this post, save it, whatever you want, but I trust my rep 100%. Edit. Responses are hilarious. So many salty people and apparent ticket rep professionals. Limphal. Again, this is speculation. This is not known to be true or is true right now. This could be the case. Who knows? But what do we think of this 8 to 10 race for points?
Well, first, I would like to highlight, or actually, I would like you to highlight the comment that you pointed out to me earlier.
Yeah, so somebody said ticket reps know nothing. All they know is they have to sell tickets, and they'll tell you anything in order to do that. Then Ian Thin One said, "I'm sure OP thinks the waitress at Hooters really likes him too." That is a banger comment. That is chef's kiss. I don't want another chase format. I want a full season format.
Yeah, I will.
At least if it's a chase format. If it is a chase format.
10
races. I don't want no damn 8. 10.
But I was just gonna say that at least if it's a chase format, that's better than not, because the chase format in this sense refers to the previous format before the elimination style, where it would be it would just be like a multi-race shootout, right? Like the points get kind of reset for the top however many drivers.
Yeah.
And then, you have those last few weeks of the season to decide it by points, instead of the wins-based, rounds-based format that we've had. So 8 versus 10 races would be how long that, playoff separate points round lasts. And so even 8 races, I don't think I'd mind too much, because that's still at least better than what we've had with the elimination and winner takes all championship race. Just because, if you think about, like, would Denny have won in an 8 race chase format? I have no idea looking at it, and you never know how things play out different.
He would be up there, that's for sure, but I don't know if he would have won it.
But it at least would have felt more legitimate, right? If it was 8 races and it wasn't one pit decision with a few laps left in the season that decided everything.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you, real quick. How many drivers do you want in this 8 chase format, if it is a thing? Because
I have a feeling
like too much.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they'd keep it at 16.
Because do 16 drivers really deserve a shot at the title?
I would argue that I actually don't hate the win and you're into the playoffs thing if the playoff system itself was kind of legitimate. And if that's the case, 16 is a pretty good sweet spot, where there are some years that it feels like we get close to, like, really deserving drivers are just being left out for points. Like if the points cutoff is getting as high as like 11th in points, right?
See, that's not where I was thinking. I was just thinking the top 16 drivers would make it in, or the top 8 drivers in points. I wasn't thinking winning in. If it is still winning in, I think 16 drivers make sense.
Yeah.
But do we...
Plus, selfishly, the drivers that I like the most are rarely dominant, and are often instead someone that would be hurt by it moving from 16 to like 10. So that might be selfish of me too. So.
Reddick. SVG's making it no matter what, let's be honest. He's winning at least one damn race.
SVG figures out how to race ovals, I'm just saying.
Unless it's full points, like just points, no winning in, SVG's not making it. Which would be bad or good, depending on how you look at it. I would say it's bad. Because if you're good... Also, another question. We have, 4 types of races in the NASCAR series, in the Cup Series? 4 types? Concrete, well, short track, medium track, big track, road course.
Short, medium, big is the funniest way I've ever heard that described, but yes.
One of them is short track, and one of them is big track, and then the other one's medium track,
well,
and then you got road course.
Well, you have short track, you have, mile and a half, super speedway, whatever, intermediate, and then super speedway instead of big track.
Yeah, I was trying to make it the easiest way to understand, because I kind of forgot what the tracks were.
Small, medium, large, and super size is road course.
If it is 8 races, how do you want the types of tracks to lay out? Because I'm thinking 2 of each. If it's going to be 8, 2 of each.
I don't know about 2 of each, just because I think that I think that the fans would not want a quarter, because a quarter of all races are not road course races as it stands. It's, a sixth, and people argue that that's too high. Um, I'm not saying I'm arguing. I'm saying that people argue that.
The fans are. You're telling me the fans would not like to watch Shane Van Gisbergen versus Connor Zilic run these fades in the playoffs on the.
That is exactly what I'm telling you. Have you forgotten how much outrage there was when SVG won 5 road course races, and how upset people were that he was in the playoffs and all of that?
Hey, he didn't win Coda.
Yeah.
But listen, road courses are a part of racing. Yes, oval is the NASCAR bread and butter. It is the DNA of NASCAR is oval tracks. But fuck your oval tracks. I want some road courses.
But I personally think that something similar to the structure of the season right now probably makes sense, where it would end up being about one road course, about one super speedway, which kind of matches the distribution throughout the season. Because they're, 5 or 6 of each of those out of the 36 races. And then the rest is intermediates, is short tracks, which are, I think if you were thinking of a worthy NASCAR champion, you'd think that that's decided on a mile and a half. Something like a Homestead is really a great track for the championship. Old Atlanta was a great track for it. Phoenix maybe less so, but is still good for that intrigue with those 10 wide restarts and stuff. And short tracks are just too core to NASCAR's identity to not have that as a core part of deciding who the champion is, to me.
Yeah.
But that's also just me. And I think if it was 10 races, I would definitely do 2-2, 3-3 kind of thing.
Okay. So, another question. Would the win and ends get extra points at the start? Or would they all just be 2K points, no extra points, fight for the championship?
You know what? That's actually okay. This has been cooking, and I think you could tell from some of the stuff I've been saying. But if we are not getting a full season points format, I have landed on that. I think that the current playoff format is actually really good, with the exception of the elimination rounds. I think that keeping 16 drivers, I think keeping win and in, I think keeping the playoff point system, all of that makes a lot of sense. I just think that it should be more to decide it. My biggest problem is that it comes down to one race. And it's just straight up the results of that race. And my second biggest problem is that these 3 race elimination rounds can be overly harsh on a driver that is otherwise quite good throughout even the whole playoffs, right? If you have one wreck that's not your fault, that could eliminate you from the playoffs entirely.
Also, having a single track, which is your weakness, be in a 3-race round like Wallace and the Roval, that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Because
no, for sure.
Bubba was elite that round, and then he got to the Roval, and you knew he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, and even if we mentioned SVG with road course stuff, I remember we were talking about this. He ended up finishing 12th in the points, which is respectable, but not upper echelon. But he outran some other playoff drivers in the entirety of the playoffs, but he never had a chance to really fight for anything because he had some bad luck early, right? He was running well and then wrecked out, and then continued to run well in later playoff rounds, but he was already eliminated. His win at the Roval meant nothing, right? It's just tough. I actually would almost like incentivizing, if it's truly a points-based format and it becomes a chase like that, I would almost be pro increasing the points that you get for a win. Because right now it's 40 and then 35, 34, 33. And just a 5-point gap between winning and second when it comes to the playoffs feels like it might almost be narrow for what you should. But that's a separate.
What would it be? 100? 80?
I don't know. I think that you'd have to rescale all the points. I don't think you'd quite go to like an F1 system where it's like 25, 18, and so on.
I have an idea. 2007 F1 points format. But everything below like 7th gets a single point. So
yeah, 40 car field.
From 7th to 40th, you're getting a single point.
I'm so sure. But like even if and you know, part of it's that you have stage points going on, but like even if it scaled up to 60 and you had, you know, like a bigger gap between first and second and then so on from there, that because I feel like winning should buy you more than a 5-place cushion in a future race, right? Yeah. Like I don't think that that's a crazy hot take, but I think that that's probably something that they've been discussing in the playoff like committee meetings that they've been having, and you know, that are things that have been considered in all of these discussions. Yeah,
I'm just hoping it's a good format. Just don't keep the current format. I think I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But yeah, it is funny that the more that I've thought about it, the more I'm like, actually, I don't hate a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Which I did not expect myself to think. Because frankly, I thought I hated all of it. In the sense that, like, I wanted full season points and I wanted it to be relatively pure. But I'm realizing that NASCAR there are some benefits to some of the intrigue that comes with winning in. And that comes with having a separate playoff round, right? And I don't think that that's all bad. No. But I still would rather full season points.
One of the comments, in 2024, I asked my ticket rep when the 2025 Watkins International race would be, meaning the date, and he responded with, "Oh, it'll definitely be in September." It was in August.
Yeah. Sometimes the ticket reps just be saying things.
Gluck, as someone else said, Gluck and Palkris don't know, but this guy's ticket rep has the scoop. They're salesmen, they'll tell you anything. Dude, imagine this is right, and Gluck and Palkris was not the first one. Actually, to be fair, Palkris did tell me they do hold information. So they might already know. They just might be putting up this shit. Oh, we don't know. It'll be in the next couple of weeks. They might already know.
Well, of course, they can't say everything, you know?
Like NASCAR just might be like, all right, here's the information. Don't tell anyone. And for like the next couple of weeks, and when the season gets closer, just tell them. You know? Because Palkris said they do withhold a lot of information because it's not meant to be public at the time, or it's meant to go break at a later date. Shout out Bob Palkris, by the way. I interviewed him for class. He's awesome. But yeah, they do withhold information the majority of the time. Obviously, if you're being told that something's happening, you're going to withhold some of the information for your own personal gain. But, or not personal gain, but like your own personal mind. But they probably already know, let's be honest. Anyway, let's get to these games. Unlimited games, but no games. I'll go first, then Jack will go, then I will go again. Now, the first one. Can you name every NASCAR rookie since 2022?
Since 2022, so up to the current season.
Up to 2025.
Well, oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Sorry, up to this past season.
2025, because there's only selections here. Up to 2025, there's like 11 drivers, I'm pretty sure.
So I did 2020 and 2021 last time.
2020 and 2021. It was Seabell, Cole Custer, Reddick, JHN, Brennan Poole, Quinn Houff, Chase Briscoe, Fast Pasta. So now past that.
If I say a name, will you give me the year? Yeah. Just to like keep track.
Yeah.
And maybe I could keep track of how many by year I get.
Yeah, I'll tell you by year. So I'll tell you which ones are missing if you can help figure stuff.
Because you said 11 total.
11
can
total, yes.
Can I get how many there are in each year?
There's 3 in 2022. There's 2 in 2023. There's 4 in 2024. Although one of them, I don't know how he counts. I know this guy, And I know you probably do too. I know him from the NASCAR game, though. I don't know him from the Cup, even though I did watch parts of that season. And 2 in 2025.
Okay. Yeah. So 2022.
Yes. I can already give you hints if you would like.
No. I'm trying to like reset my expectations. Was this the third straight year there was a new guy in the 38? Was this Todd Gilliland now? With Alfredo being out?
Todd Gilliland, 2022 is correct.
Okay.
That's one of them.
This was Cindric's first full-time year, right? Because the year before he ran in like the 33 for them or something once or twice.
Yes, Cindric was a rookie in 2022, and there's one in 2022. I will tell you. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you because I would give it away.
I think this was after Matt DiBenedetto's career explosion, so I'm gonna say Harrison Burton.
Yes, it was Harrison Burton in 2022. 2022, done. All three
Okay.
I was gonna
Onwards.
Put in, blank. Your little boy's done it.
Ah, yeah, no, I would have got that easy.
That would have given it away so quick.
So that was Cindric, Gilliland, Burton. 2023, there's
Gilliland,
2.
Burton. There's
So 2023, this was Ty Gibbs' first full-time year. Did he count as a rookie because he raced like 10 races the year before?
Yeah, so he is
okay.
rookie in 2023. The
So,
only driver that was supposed to be a rookie but hasn't been but wasn't a rookie the past like 5 years was Chastain, because he ran like 80 races before he became full-time.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Every other driver that has become full-time since 2020 or 2021 has been a rookie.
So I was looking at the 2023 stuff last season. Was this... I swear Gregson had raced before, but since you just said that, was Gregson a rookie this year?
Yes.
Before his little suspension rejoin for Stewart-Haas scandal?
Yes.
Okay.
Gregson, 2023 rookie. That is 2023 done. Now there's 4 in 2024 and 2 in 2025.
Well, I am going to say Carson Hocevar.
Carson is there.
Josh Berry, because we talked about Gregson leaving, going to Stewart-Haas, but I think that Berry was the one in the 4 car this year.
Berry was a rookie in 2024.
And he was in the 4?
And I believe he was in the 4 that year, yes.
Yippee! Yippee! So Hocevar, Berry. 2 more. Okay. Who was a rookie last year?
One of them I believe we've talked about.
I'm sure we've talked about both of them, if I'm being honest.
I think we did last episode.
Last episode?
In one of the games.
Would have been one of my games then.
Was one of your games, I believe.
So... Current Cup driver... Well, I just said Berry and Gregson.
Yep.
Chandler Smith was not... Zane Smith?
Yes, Zane Smith was the other one I knew you would know from 2024.
Okay.
Now, there's one more. I will give you some more information on him because I seriously don't think you know who this is. His one full-time...
can almost guarantee you I know who it is, but will I know that he even raced in 2024? Probably not.
So, his only full-time season was in 2024. He hasn't raced in the Cup Series since the 2024 championship round at Phoenix. He has only 2 top 10s to his name. He's raced in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Has ran some races in 2025. No wins there. He's raced in the Truck Series. His latest was 2023, but that doesn't matter. He had 1 win in that series. He's raced in NASCAR Canada in 2016. The ARCA Menards Series in 2017, and yeah, he was in the Menards Series in like between 2014 and 2017.
The fact that this is a rookie is throwing me off.
Yeah, I don't know why he was included in this Rookie of the Year thing, but he was. Because he's only
Did he
ran
race?
31, he's ran 31 races over 4 years. So
Over 4 years, so he didn't even race the full season.
no. And his best finish was, or his finish in 2024 was 35th. Let me see where his other. He ran 23 races at Rick Ware.
Okay.
And his other team was Front Row Motorsports. He ran a single race for Front Row.
Can I interject really quick and just ask if SVG and Herbst is right for this year?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Herbst
cool.
And SVG was right for 2025.
Okay, so it's just this last one. You said he raced for Rick Ware most of the time?
Rick Ware and the number 15.
I swear there wasn't a full-time driver. Besides Haley and LaJoy doing their little swap places thing.
So it was split between Herbst, this other guy, and Cody Ware.
What the hell?
But he hasn't raced in many a year. Not many a year, but like.
Well, when did he race before that?
In the Cup, Phoenix.
Well, I meant like before that season, because you said he raced like 30, and that's like 24.
He was called to substitute in RCR for Austin Dillon in 2020 after Dillon tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh my God. Wait, what race was that?
It was at the Daytona road course race.
Did he finish top 10?
Yes. He finished 7th.
Oh my God, you remember the Stanton Barrett conversation?
Yeah.
This is Kaz Gralla. This has got to be Kaz Gralla.
This is Kaz Gralla, baby.
When did he race for Rick Ware?
For the majority
Like, I feel like I remember him being in the 36. Like, what? I had no idea he was ever a Rick Ware guy. Like, because I put him in a separate category from the, like, Balickis and those types of the world.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Had no idea he raced for Rick Ware, much less enough of the season to be considered a rookie.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, what is your game?
My game is the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series has raced at the Mexico City circuit 5 times in its history, including this year, but it raced there previously 4 times. There have been 5 different drivers to win in Mexico. I believe all of these are names that you will recognize based on their Cup careers. So can you name these 5 drivers?
Well, one of them is Shane Van Gisbergen.
Nope.
It was Mexico.
Yeah.
Shane won. Did Shane not win Mexico? It's a road course.
He did not.
But didn't he win 5 in a row?
This is Xfinity. These are the Xfinity races specifically.
I'm stupid. Suarez. My
Yes.
bad. I was thinking
Suarez
Cup.
did win this one. Yeah, no, Suarez did win this one. He is probably the worst of these 5 drivers. I would like to put that out there. This is obviously the recent one, but the other 4, I would argue, are all considerably better than Daniel Suarez.
So they're all-time level drivers.
At least some of them. At 3 of the 4, certainly. One of them, I think it's debatable, but I certainly think that he was good.
So I'm going to choose drivers that terrorize the lower series, and one of them being Kyle Busch.
Of course. Yep. Kyle Busch is one of them. He won in 2008. That was the most recent running until 2025. So then who were the 3 before Kyle Busch?
Sounds about right. Kyle Busch absolutely destroying the lower series of NASCAR. Dale Sr.
Nope.
Going down.
Incorrect.
Um, hmm. Was the iteration before Bush's in the 90s?
Nope. It was actually 4 years in a row. It was 2005 through 2008.
So they raced 4 years in a row, and Bush's was one of them.
Bush's was the last one, yeah. Until, obviously, this year. Or, you know.
Who's, Kurt?
Nope.
Okay.
I think you're thinking too old. Still. But
too old? Logano?
No. Younger, or no, older than that. There's a middle ground between Kurt Busch and Joey Logano, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like Kurt Busch has been in NASCAR. I just feel like Kurt Busch was in the Cup Series starting in like 2000.
That's what I was thinking. Like, Kurt Busch has been in NASCAR for many a year.
Yeah, but I'm talking Xfinity. Like, I'm talking
No.
O'Reilly.
I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know the drivers at that point.
Did you know, actually, now that I'm looking at Kurt Busch's page, that he won his first Xfinity race, and it was the O'Reilly 300 at Texas.
Foreshadowing. Kurt Busch knew. Who, like, Truex? Harvick? Still?
Truex, yes. Truex was 2005.
Okay, so 05, 08. So almost 2 in between.
Harvick is a no, unfortunately.
06, 07. And it's older than Joey and younger than Kurt.
I believe so.
Carl Edwards?
Nope.
It's not senior. It's not junior. Junior's too old, right?
I mean, I guess technically one of these drivers is older than Kurt Busch, but his career in NASCAR is certainly younger than Kurt Busch. But that is because he is, I'll say perhaps also known for his work in other series.
Stewart.
Nope.
Who raced in other series?
Oh, think bigger than Stewart as far as what they might have done in other series.
Juan Pablo Montoya. Like, I don't...
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And he was supposed to be the hard one of these four. I'm telling you, these are recognizable names.
I love Juan.
Now you got to finish the last one.
Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yeah.
Took Michael Schumacher level. Like, this man was on pace with Michael freaking Schumacher.
Dude, he's kind of goated.
He
All right.
really was. Good IndyCar driver, good F1 driver.
Good NASCAR.
Good NASCAR driver. I mean, he's good in all three.
Yeah.
And this last one is the younger, is in between Busch and Logano. Is this the driver that one of the, like, the all-time level drivers? Or is it not?
I would certainly argue that he, talent-wise, is.
Oh, wait, no, talent-wise. Never mind, screw that. No, take back my guess. Jimmie Johnson is the driver.
I don't think that he has the hardware that a Jimmie Johnson does.
Has a championship, though.
Nope.
No championship.
Famously.
Martin?
Nope. Come on.
Denny.
Yeah! Denny won it in 06.
You say no hardware, and it's either Mark Martin, Carl Edwards, or Denny Hamlin. One of the three.
I thought you, of all people, was going to say Denny, like, off rip. That's what I was...
I feel like Denny's older. Like, I feel like Denny's been racing for much, like...
Well, he's like 45, I think.
Yeah,
Kurt Busch is 47.
Mid-40. Okay, yeah.
Juan Pablo Montoya is 50.
Yeah, I put, like, Denny as, like, early 2000s Cup. I know that's not true, but... You know. You know Kyle Busch had to be in there. Like, he consistently goes to the lower... He's going for 100 in each series. Like, you do realize he's just going to spam the truck series. Was it the truck that... No, he has 100 in the truck. He's just going to start spamming the Xfinity series now that the rules have been changed.
Yeah. But yeah, for
for
context, Denny's first Cup Series race was 2005. His first Cup Series win was 2006.
Okay.
So that's why I thought of him at least as in a slightly different era, because this was Xfinity 05 through 08, where like if Kurt Busch started in Cup in 2000, that's why I was arguing of him as being older career-wise.
Listen, that's fair. That's fair. All right, your final one, just like last time. I want you to guess where these drivers. I want you to guess where these drivers were placed on the 2023 Athletics all-time NASCAR 75 list.
Oh boy.
3 drivers for you. First up, Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Yes.
I wish I had a running list of where other people were placed in other editions of when we've done this.
So I can tell you where the last ones were. I don't have the other ones. So Larson placed 29th, Gurney placed 65th, Harvick was 11th.
10th. Kyle Busch, 2-time champion. Well, I know it's not 11th, so give me 9th.
It is 9th.
Okay.
Kyle Busch is 9th. Thoughts on that? I mean, it's fair.
I was kind of just saying it. 2-time champion, one of the better drivers ever. Like, I think he's top 10.
Yeah, I would say he's top 10. I would say, personally, Denny's top 10 too. But I know he doesn't have hardware, but like, and I am extremely biased.
Well, Denny has also had a really strong kind of end of his career here, where I wonder if he even moves up a little. He and Logano both probably would move up a little.
Yeah. If Logano can win a championship more or two, I think Logano moves up. But he can't do what he did this year, like one win. Come on, Logano. You're better than that guy. Anyway, next up, Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch.
The one time.
Yeah, but he did have a really long career.
And it was still shorter than it should have been.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The damn early next-gen car.
Still good.
Yeah. It's the early next-gen car. He just got in a innocent-looking crash, and it took him out.
Yeah. I'm still pissed
so
about
stupid.
that. Do you know how happy I would be if Kurt Busch was still racing? Do you know how happy I would be? You know why? Because I wouldn't watch the race. I would just have his onboard camera on, just to hear him cuss out everyone. Anyway.
Left ear Kurt Busch, right ear Kyle Busch. Let's watch some racing.
Yes.
I think that he's going to be a good chunk lower than his brother, just by the accolades and honestly sometimes the teams too, because Kyle Busch was at JGR for so long, and Kurt Busch, by his own doing, was around a lot of different teams. Yeah. So 25th?
You're within 5.
Within 5. Just can't see him as lower than that. So 21st?
Within 5.
22nd?
Within 5.
23rd?
Yes.
Let's go.
Kurt Busch is 23rd, which I think is a fair rating for him. I think, again, if he continued longer, who knows where he would have ended up on this list. But, man, it sucks.
Well, especially continued longer with, like, a 2311 type organization. Yeah. Because he really did have to bounce around a bit.
Which sucks.
He was
a
during his career.
Driver.
Yeah, well, it was his own fault.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you got to acknowledge the elephant in the room there. But yeah.
And your final driver is the toaster himself, Ryan Blaney.
Sorry, when you say the toaster himself, I start to think of Logano as sliced bread. Before I think of Ryan Blaney as the toaster, I think of his fans as having the toaster.
Their fans are putting the toaster in the bathtub with that.
So Blaney.
Yeah.
Was this? Sorry. When was this list released? Because this was 2023, which Blaney won a championship, right? But was this before he won?
So, this list was between January 30th and February 15th.
Of 2023, so it was before that season.
Before the season.
Okay.
Because it was for
So,
the 75th year of the... Yeah.
Yeah. So that means he does not have a championship.
Does not.
And he's just probably considered a pretty good but not like great driver.
Yes.
So is he like 70?
Within 5.
Is he 67?
Within 5.
Okay.
I'm not... yeah.
Well, Gurney was 65, right?
Gurney was 65.
Although if it's within 5, I don't know if 65 counts anyway. With how math. I'm realizing that. But 66?
Within 5.
Man. Well, it seems pretty clear it's somewhere between 66 and 70, so 68?
Yes.
All right. I didn't have to get all the way to 69.
That would have been funny, though. Yeah, Ryan Blaney is 68. Just to look back at the past drivers we've done, Larson's 29th, Gurney is 65th, and Harvick's 11th. I will make sure I get through every single driver that you know. Even the ones that we did prior, because I don't remember what we did, because I didn't write it down like a dumbass. So, yeah. So, like, I know we did Denny last time, but we're going to do Denny again. We're going to do Truex again. We're going to do... I know we did Junior last time, but we'll do that again, because I don't think you remember. Yeah. Thoughts on that ranking?
Thoughts on that ranking for Blaney specifically?
Blaney specifically.
If I remember right, Bowman was the last guy on, right?
Yes, I knew I was not going to be doing Bowman this time at any point in the future because we did. I know for a fact we did do him, and you do remember that. So
we at least talked about him being there, I think.
Yes.
Even if I wasn't asked about him specifically.
Yeah. So he is 75th on the.
So, I mean, I get it because if that's the bar to make the list, then I certainly would argue Blaney was better than Bowman. Now and then.
Yep.
But he hadn't won a championship yet. He hadn't had... I mean, let's see. Ryan Blaney. Because he has 17 Cup wins now. But how many did he have?
He had at least, 2, 3... Yeah, you get at least 3 less.
Yeah, because he had 3 in the championship year.
Yep.
He had 3 last year.
3 last year. 2
and
3 last
4
year?
this year.
Or this year? Did he really have 4? I thought he only had 2.
Yeah, well, he won the championship race.
Dude, I don't even remember that. You know what, dude? All I remember is Denny's team choking it for him, and that's all.
Yeah.
I do not, because I knew Denny nor Larson won. I didn't know who won. I had no clue who won until just now. That's crazy. Because
but
he wasn't in contention. He died the previous round.
So he had 7 race wins. He was coming off of 2022 where he was winless, but in 2021 he had 3 wins. And was on a good Penske team, but clearly showed like talent. He had won at Pocono in the Wood Brothers car before moving over to Penske semi-famously. I saw him win Pocono last year in 24, so I guess 2 years ago. That was fun. But no, I like it. I think that's a fair ranking for where he was
at the time. And that's that. That's the pod. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, follow. I'm Alex. That's Jack. Final thoughts.
Go Niners in the playoffs.
Listen, we might get dogged, but it's okay. We'll come back stronger next year. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. and peace.